Has since been fired. His campaign manager claims the DNC is trying to undermine the Sanders campaign.
With us now is political analyst Brian Sobel. That was the campaign manager right there. We heard from him all day long.
Oh, yes.
Brian, explain this to us. The Sanders campaign admitted fault.
Right.
At least one person has been fired.
Right. But
they're now upset with the consequences of what they did?
Well, I think what they're saying is that the database is accessible by both the Clinton campaign and the Sanders campaign. Now, they did access into the Clinton campaign material, and it wasn't just one, it was 4 people that actually tooled around in there. One committed what they said was a fireable offense. I assume that means moving some data or something. But at the end of the day, I don't know how the Sanders campaign can be upset about a consequence when their people were where they clearly knew they shouldn't be.
What about the timing of this? And we've got a debate this weekend. We've got the caucuses in 7 weeks. This could severely hurt him for someone who was struggling in the polls to catch up to Clinton in the first place.
Well, my feeling about it is that Sanders obviously is not going to win the nomination, and he isn't going to be on the ticket.
Even before this happened?
Even way before this. His value to the campaign is by pushing Hillary Clinton on progressive issues and making her include those in her platform. That's the whole reason for Bernie Sanders to be here. Because if it were a head-to-head contest, and it's only 3 people, but if it were a head-to-head, he doesn't have a chance at the end of the day.
So we had, I read, four different accounts access this information, 25 searches. So they were in there for at least a good few minutes looking around. Yep. Okay, but you also hear some blame going to the DNC. Apparently, they knew that this database had some holes in it. Their vendor that's supposed to be keeping it secure. Why haven't they fixed it? Is that even valid? Well,
you know, it's maybe not valid from this perspective. If you leave your front door unlocked, does that give me the right to walk in because I know it's open?
Right.
No. They should have backed off and said, whoa, we're in where we shouldn't be, and probably informed somebody, hey, by the way, just out of fairness, we almost gained access to your data. But no, people are curious. And what they were looking for were some of the Hillary Clinton donors who broke really progressive or left to see what they were giving to Hillary Clinton and who was duplicating their efforts and that sort of thing. And they were very curious about what data was in there.
Does this hurt, in the big picture-wise, does this hurt the Democratic Party in any way? Specifically, I guess you could say, the Clinton campaign as it moves forward into the primaries against the Republican Party?
No, I don't think so, because had it been flipped, had the Clinton people been in the Sanders database, that would have been a little bit of a problem, because there's a narrative out there around emails and other things.
But Trump, everyone else doesn't go, look at these guys. They can't even get their own database correct.
Well,
they have so many issues of
how are they going to run this country?
Yeah, you know, you'll see somebody lob a hand grenade, but it isn't going to matter. Hillary Clinton is the nominee. At the end of the day, it wasn't her camp that did anything wrong. This will run through the news cycle. Bernie Sanders will have to make a statement about honesty and people exceeding their authority and that sort of thing to clean things up from the candidate's point of view.
Well, we haven't heard from him yet, but like I said, I heard from this campaign manager at least a couple of times today, and he kept putting this out there. The DNC is protecting and favoring, even supporting Hillary Clinton. Have you seen this throughout this campaign?
Right.
Well, sure, yes. I think anybody who observes the campaigns knows that the front runner, by far, in this case Hillary Clinton, is going to receive the lion's share of the support of the party. You know, whether this particular case demonstrates that or not, it remains to be seen. But at the end of the day, they know who their nominee is going to be, and they're going to support her 100%.
Well, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, well, she claims, I am neutral, I'm in the middle.
Sure.
Is that what she has to say?
Well, of course she has to say that, and so do the people that are in and around even this database, some of whom have past connections to the Clintons. Yeah. So,
right.
There you go.
You know, business as usual in some respects.
So almost like Sanders, it happened, you're going to have to deal with the consequences of what happened with your campaign.
I do want to see a statement out of him, because it would just be interesting to see what he says.
Seems like a little mini Watergate. You know, like,
yeah.
I've heard it described that way. Just
Well, I'm in your business, you know.
And when do they get access back, you think? Is it going to take court?
No. Well, they've done that, but I think pretty quickly.
Okay.
They'll
this
patch it up. Yeah. I would think they'll get it back You know, it's a minor penalty, but they'll get it back.
They say they cannot operate a campaign without it.
Well, the data is very, very important to the campaign.
And they say it's our own data. Why can't we see it?
Not only that, but he's losing $600,000 per day, according to the complaint.
There's probably some merit, to that.
All right, political analyst Brian Sobel. Thanks, Brian.
Absolutely.